Can you tell us more about why these new variants are a problem, Keishia, and kind of explain how the vaccines go into that?
Yeah, well, these mutations are making the virus easier to spread and are becoming better at evading the immune system. So there are particular mutations on what's called the spike protein, which makes it more efficient at gaining access to our cells to replicate. And particularly the South African variant has spread to around 20 countries, as far away as Norway and Japan. And yeah, the AstraZeneca vaccine has been found to be much less effective against the South African variant in preventing mild and moderate disease, but it still is likely to protect against very severe disease. But even that, even that is a huge problem, because once you have COVID, there's a potential for what's called long COVID as well. And there are some of the vaccines that are still, reasonably effective. But the point is that with these mutations, people have the idea that it's a kind of a naturally occurring feature of a natural disaster. But actually remember that the destruction of wild forests and habitats and by industry actually brought us the virus in the first place. So it's the system and a kind of conscious decision to allow the virus to run rampant through the population that has actually led to these mutations to begin with. And I think it does demonstrate a kind of obscene disregard to human life demonstrated by the ruling elites in control of this, that those in neo-colonial countries are in a way expendable. And there's this fortress mentality to protect the advanced capitalist countries, wealthy countries, using the vaccines. The more the virus is transmitted, the more potential there is for adaptations to become new strains, which means it's harder to deal with, it's more resistant to vaccines, it's more transmissible, it's more damaging to health. And in that way, we're just going to be playing catch up with these new variants as they continue to emerge, unless we vaccinate the whole of the world's population. Like a new strain anywhere in the world isn't going to be stopped by administrative boundaries. It's going to pose a threat to health everywhere. And actually, Bloomberg came out with this study saying that at current rates of vaccination, it would take 7 years for each country to have vaccinated 75% of their population, which is roughly what's probably needed for herd immunity. But of course, that's subject to change, because these new strains could be more transmissible and could take that idea, blow that idea out of the water. So the idea that capitalist system has this under control is ridiculous, because the vaccines exist right now, but some are saying that it could even take 7 years to have protected the world's population.